I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only, Steve Harvey, got a radio show. Man, oh man, oh man. How many times I got to say that before I get tired of it? I think it's going to be a minute, folks. I got to be real with you. Because, boy, that Steve Harvey got a radio show. Man, clear indication of how God can do some unexpected, wonderful things for you. How he leads your life in directions that you never, ever saw coming. You know, I was talking with somebody the other day, and they were talking about how, man, they were young and they were doing things, and they never knew that the things that they were doing as a youngster would come and help form who they were today. As an adult, this guy's 50 years old. And, the same thing for you. If you look back on your life and all of the things that you've done, it helps shape you into who you are. Now, this is provided now that you take the positive approach. Now, when I say look back at your life and see what you've done, that doesn't mean dwell on the misfortunate moments, because the misfortunate moments were necessary. I know it's hard to see that when it's happening to you, but the unfortunate moments are necessary. You know, what really makes you appreciate summer vacation is winter work. What really makes you appreciate a walk on the beach is when it's cold, it's raining outside. What really makes you appreciate when you're up is because you've been down. See, if you were up all the time, just the nature of us as human beings, we would lose our appreciation for it, because it becomes que sera. Whatever it is, well, it is what it is. I'm just what? You take it for granted. It becomes expected. But what happens in life is it has so many twists and turns. And then you learn how to deal with those twists and turns, which makes you now a more experienced person. And then when the sunny days come, man, you go, wow, it's really nice outside. You really want to appreciate how warm weather, just stay in a bunch of cold weather all the time. You know what I'm saying? This is really simple analogies, but it helps you along the way. Now, here's what I came to say today to everybody out there, and this has helped me in my life. I can't tell you what it's done for me, but a lot of people are struggling with moving forward with their future plans, their future goals, their future aspirations, their future hopes, their future dreams. Just simply your future wants. A lot of people trying to have a hard time mapping out their future. Even what I'm going to do, what I'm going to be, what I'm going to make, how I'm going to go about it. What do I do next? I want to share something with you that I had to come to terms with. The quickest way to lose focus on your future is to keep focusing on your past. You know, it's like I said at the beginning, you know, when I say it's wonderful to look at your life and review it, because if you look at it, it'll tell you, it really helps shape and form you today as the person you are. Now, if you look at it in a positive sense, but if you dwell and harp on the negative that's happened to you, then that keeps you from seeing the good in the incident. Every bad thing that's happened to you, there was a silver lining behind it. I know people who were on drugs who finally, man, just got sent to prison for stealing because of their habit. I know a cat that sold dope. Well, he went to prison. He told me one time, he said, Steve, he said, man, this is the best thing ever happened to me. This saved my life. Now, most people would think, how in the world is going to prison helpful for you? The brother said, it saved my life. First of all, it got me clean. He said, I've been clean for 5 years from sitting in here. That's for starters. I'm clean. I ain't stealing no more. I ain't putting myself in jeopardy, and I ain't jeopardizing nobody else. He said, now, man, I done went to college. I done got a college degree while I'm in here. Then he was released from prison, and the brother's life was completely turned around. He married. He got a family. He got a great job. He go to work every day. He's a productive citizen. I mean, so he looks back on his incarceration, even his drug abuse, and it taught him how to appreciate the things in life that he had taken for granted and was missing. Because he said, man, my life was just in a blur. I didn't even know what was going on. He said, now I appreciate every day I wake up. That's what I mean. Even in your missteps in life, there is a purpose for the missteps. Every time you fail, there was a reason for the failure. See, what I had to do was I had to learn that all of my failures taught me how to get back up. So I became a very strong and tough person in getting back up. And then I was down and out so long that it taught me how to really appreciate the up. And so I've taken all of that and used it, those experiences that happened to me, and I became a more experienced person. So next time when people talk about me who don't know me, it don't shake me, because everybody not going to like you, man. You might as well go and get on this train right now. And so what I'm saying to you out there is the quickest way to lose focus on your future is to keep focusing on your past. Let it go. Yeah, he left. Sometimes the breakup is the blessing. I know it's hard to break up because now you're lonely and you by yourself. But man, wasn't you in misery when you was in that? Weren't you in complete misery in that? Now, you kept asking God to fix it, but it take two people to fix a relationship. It don't just take one. It take two to make a thing go right. It take two to make it out of sight. You really do have to have two people wanting a relationship to work. It can't just be one person wanting a relationship. So you can pray about the relationship all you want. If the other person don't want you no more and ain't gonna act right, you can't make him do that. Or you can't make her do that. But you steady asking God for a new relationship, but you are yet to be grateful that you are in a position to have a relationship, and you keep harping on the past. You don't think he hear that? I'm just a dude with a show, and I hear it all the time. Let it go. Go forward. It's over. You made it. He brought you through it. You conquered. You survived it. Why are you dwelling on it and making it the cross around your neck when clearly he had removed it for you? Now, all you got to do is come on. So if you're sitting behind them walls, brothers and sisters, I'm talking directly to you. Sometimes, man, you just got to get it right. All this repeat offender business, that's for who is that for? How ignorant can you be to keep giving your life back to the penal system? Be free, man. Walk the streets. Do the right thing. Ask God to help connect you. He can do anything. You think he can't give you a job? Are you serious, man? Put some faith on it. Let's move forward, y'all. Let it go. Let's move.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Somebody said, what they say, Steve? That was dancing in the streets. Somebody told me that they was dancing about me. I write the songs the way I like them sing. And if you don't like it, go on and do your thing. Yeah, somebody told me that they were dancing in the street. Yeah, I felt like that today. Good morning, Shirley, Carla, Junior, Jay, nephew.
Good morning.
Top. Friday, baby.
All right, man. What you want?
Uncle, let me ask you something. Sunday Halloween. And kids gotta go trick or treat, but everybody not finna get no good candy if you get dropped off in an old neighborhood. What they gonna get in their bag if you pull up to Miss Elder house?
Well, first of all of my kids is going Halloween. All my grandkids is going, and they going as white kids.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Now, they started crying when I told them what their costume was going to be. They started crying.
Why? Why they can't pick their own costume?
I don't know. I'm going to have to change
Are they
that.
scary white kids? I mean,
Well, my grandson, I got vetoed anyway because my grandson, let me tell you what we fell out about yesterday. When I came off the trip, it was amazing because I hugged him and he runs to me every time and little Noah grabbed me. And I said, Venom, what's up, Venom? Give me some love. Because Venom was the last superhero he was when I left. He pushed away from me and he looked devastated. He said, Pawpaw, I'm not Venom. And I went, well, damn, I didn't know. And I tried to hug him again, but I'm He-Man.
Superhero.
Now, his sister Rose was standing there and said, look at his shirt, Pawpaw. So he steps back and pulls on his shirt and looked down at it to make sure He-Man on it to see why my old ass didn't notice that He-Man was on the t-shirt and why I'm still calling him Venom is the damn problem he got. Pay attention to the damn costume with your old ass.
In other words. Yeah, that's what he told you.
So I tried to recover with He-Man, but he walked away in disgust with his old ass Pawpaw for not knowing and recognizing he was He-Man. So I don't know what you asked me about this Halloween question.
Yeah, but it's touching.
But damn it, I'm dealing with some other things before Halloween get here in my life. I got to go find out who the hell He-Man is. And I got to come up with a He-Man phrase before I see this grandson of mine again.
All right. Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, we'll hear from nephew Tommy and run that prank back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now to run that prank back with the nephew. What you got, Neff?
run it back. Are your lights on? Are your lights on? We're going to run that thing back right here, right now. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello?
Hello, I'm trying to reach a.
Who's calling?
They call me Pepper. I live, I think I actually live in an apartment behind you. I think our apartments are up against each other. Are you in unit?
Who want to know?
Actually, I want to know. I'm calling you. I got a little bit of a problem. I actually live in which is the apartment that's our apartments are back to back with each other. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean no harm, man. But you are though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Here's what's going on. It took me a long time to try to figure this out. But when you come home in the evening and you turn your lights on, my oven and stove come on. And I'm talking about every aisle on my stove is on and burning hot.
How do you know that's because when I turn my lights on?
I done figured it out. It just seemed like every time, I hear you when you close your door, and I every evening I'm like, why is my oven and my stove coming on? And I'm talking about my whole kitchen just 100 degrees in there behind the stove being on like that.
Okay, did you call maintenance?
From my understanding, I'm on the list, and they're not going to get to me for a couple of days now. So I'm asking you, Miss, if you don't mind, to not have your lights on until they come get this fixed.
Okay, so you asking me not to turn on my lights for 3 or 4 days and, to sit in the dark.
Well, I'm just saying, it's only going to be for a couple of days. I know it's a little bit of an inconvenience, but, I can't be over here in the house, damn near about to burn down.
Are you listening to what you're saying? You're asking me to sit in the dark. I got a baby. I can't sit in the dark.
Okay. Do y'all have any candles or something y'all can work with or something like that?
I have to give my baby food, milk. Really, you want me to sit in the dark and you don't want me to turn anything on. I got to feed my baby.
I understand, and much respect to you and your child. Much respect. But what I'm trying to explain to you is, we have to look at the big hazard here. The bigger hazard is that I'm over here with fire on.
Okay, first of all, where are you getting this we from? How am I involved in your situation? I have nothing to do with what's going on in your house.
Your lights is patched in some kind of way to my oven and stove.
Okay, but I don't have anything to do with that. You need to call management or maintenance or whatever, but I don't have anything to do with that. And I want to know, how do you know when I get home and turn on my lights? Are you looking in my window or something? Are you a peeping Tom? Do I need to call 911?
You don't need to call nobody on me. Now, what we need to do is get somebody over here and fix this oven and the stove. That's what we got to get done. But until then, right now, you can't turn them lights on.
Oh, I'm turning on my lights. I know you ain't trying to regulate what I do in my house.
Listen, I'm going to tell you just like this here. I'm going to need you to keep them lights off until maintenance get over here in 2 days. Now, if I see this stove come on and all these eyes on this stove come on, then I'm going to come back over there and we're going to have to rectify the problem. But I cannot have this coming on.
So you threatening me now?
I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I am not. I'm telling you not to turn the lights on. That's what I'm asking you to do.
Well, I can't sit in the dark, and I'm going to turn on my light. So, you're going to have to deal with it.
No, I'm not finna deal with it. You're going to have to actually turn the lights off. Now, I understand. Do you have somewhere you can go stay?
Oh, me? Do you have somewhere you can go stay? I'm not leaving my house. I don't have a problem. You're the one with the problem.
I'm not finna leave here, and then you turn it on, and then
if you come over here and knock on my door, you think you see fire in your stove. You're going to see some fire. I can show you some fire.
Okay, listen. I'm trying to work with you as calmly as I can, okay?
You're not trying to work with me calmly.
Okay.
The only thing you're doing right now is you're trying to tell me what to do and run my household.
Okay, if you're not going to work with me, then this is what I'm going to do. Because I already found out where the breaker is. I'll just go and just turn all the power off. So you don't have your power on at all.
Wait a minute. What the No, you can't turn my breaker off. Are you crazy?
I got to do what I got to do. I can't start no fire around here.
How you get my phone number anyway? I mean, how you know my name, my number, all that? You know what? My about to come home, and he going to put the foot up your I don't care if he put your in the oven, and we set your on fire. What the you talking about? You going to damn turn the breaker off.
Hey, hold on. I'm trying to sit over here and prevent a fire for the whole complex, and you up in here trying to commit. This is like arson for you to turn that on.
I don't give a You already got a problem, so I'm just going to add fuel to the fire. You call me. And again, I want to know how you got my number.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and go on this little small talk.
I mean,
with you. The problem is that we got a problem with your switch. When you turn it on, my oven comes on, and all the aisles on the stove come on.
Problem, and it's about to be a bigger problem when my man come over there and put a foot up your I don't know who the you think you with, but it's about to be on.
Who do you think
you call the wrong I don't know how you got my number, but you called the wrong today.
Okay, fine. I got one more thing else I need to say to you. Is you listening?
What you got to say? Because I'm tired of listening to you.
Are you listening?
You ain't said I want to here today. You calling me with all this
Here it is. This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your husband.
Are you? Wait a minute. Hold up. This is who?
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your husband got me to prank phone call you.
Are you serious? Is this for real? I don't believe this. I can't believe this.
You all right?
I was ready to put a foot up in somebody's. I don't believe I just got pumped like this.
Okay, I got to ask you one more thing. What is the baddest, I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show. You got it.
That right there is what you call sheer greatness, ignorance, stupidity, genius, all at the same time. That's what you call that right there. You understand?
It's all in one.
It's all in one.
Great stupid genius. A great stupid genius.
Yeah.
Great
stupid genius. Stupid genius. Wrap that thing up like a burrito.
Great
you feel me?
Stupid genius.
All right, nephew. Thank you. Coming up next, it is Ask the CLO with our Chief Love Officer, Steve Harvey, with your love questions in the building right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news, Nene blasts her longtime friend Cynthia Bailey for not coming to her husband Greg's funeral, and Floyd Mayweather offends a fan that just wanted a selfie. Floyd? But
Floyd, take the picture,
right now, it is time. We'll get into it. Right now, it is time to Ask the CLO. Chief Love Officer Steve Harvey is here for your love questions. This one is from Marla in Atlanta. Marla writes, my husband and I have been retired for over a year, and my husband has been making small improvements in our home. So I was concerned about our finances since we're on a fixed income now. He told me he's been saving for incidentals like this, and I asked how much he had. He said he has saved at least $300,000.
Go ahead.
And I was shocked. Why did I have to question him to find out about this stash? Is it okay that he hides money like this?
Well, now you got money to fix your house.
Y'all ain't broke.
What is you crying for? He saved the money and he told you about it.
Yeah, Marla.
Because he knows if he don't stash the money, you gonna spend the money.
Marla.
What we do.
That's why he stashed it, Marla. Because he knew this fixed income was coming. And he wanted to have a little something on his own. Congratulate your man for being frugal. Congratulate your man for informing you that. And now, stay out to 300 trying to figure out what you finna do with it now. And stay on your little fixed income and leave the man alone.
He's not bothering
Marla.
you.
Marla.
Now, I'm
Steve, you're
on
so
his
passionate
side.
about this when it comes
Yeah, because, you know, hey, you know what? You know, I might have a little something on the side. You know what I'm saying?
I know you
Maybe
always
I know
bring it
how to
back.
put a little. I'm hood. I ain't nowhere in hell. No, sir. I got some money in the can somewhere. There's no way them banks finna close and I'm out. Yeah, no, sir. No,
That's
no,
old
sir.
school right there, and I love
The
it.
bank's gonna close. What kind of old school?
Hey, you know, hey, they had a
banks have closed, right?
recession and all that in this country. You can go down there, you ain't got your money. No, I ain't finna hear all that. We ain't got that money.
You got a flower bed. You got a
can
flower
in the
bed. You're supposed to
refrigerator.
have some money.
I got
in it.
something where we can start again. Go ahead, Shirley.
All right, moving on. Constance in Topeka says, I'm in my late 40s and I'm a supervisor at a printing company. My new hire is 28 years old, and I was driving him through his new territory recently so he could be familiar with it. He asked if we could stop by his house momentarily to use the restroom. He invited me in and instantly came on to me. Then he showed me who's the real boss. He was very, very skilled for his age. Since that day, it's awkward at work, and he has no regard for me as a supervisor. I'm scared to fire him. What should I do?
Well, fire me if you want to, but you finna get told on. Because let me tell you something, these young boys don't know how to keep no secret. You gonna mess around and be in a damn rap song if your ass fire him. Had at the crib one day, we was going along and we started to play. We went out there, we was taking a drive. Next thing you know, in my house it got live. I was sitting up here, she had on her dress. So I came out, put her right to the test. Next thing you know, we was on the bed and I said, look at here, who's the head? Nah, I know you think you the boss of the one, but I came in to have some fun. I don't really give a damn about this job. Oh, come on, let's bust the slob.
Give it up,
You
boy.
are not fired, okay? You are not fired.
In the words of Master P from yesterday,
Nah.
That was
Yeah.
great style.
you told the whole
Not
story.
fire these young ass boys. I'm telling you that right now.
About it.
right.
All right,
Yeah.
Frida in Michigan writes that I had a 60th birthday party recently, and all of my friends and family came. My husband and I haven't lived in the same house in 3 years, but he came too. Then a woman came in and said she was there because he invited her. My sister and my cousin had words with the woman, and she left. I found out later that he and this woman lived together, so I showed up at her home. He was laid up on her couch and told me I wasn't welcome there. Should I file for divorce or go back over there and get my man?
What?
What?
What man?
Crazy.
Y'all ain't lived together in 3 years. What you think he was doing? You think he was sitting somewhere not involved with anybody for 3 years? Brought her over to your birthday party.
That was whew.
What's wrong with you, Frida?
That's not your man no more. He knew that. Matter of fact, let me ask something, Miss
Go
Frida.
on and file, girl.
Now, when y'all started living away from each other 3 years ago, has he been back over there to ask you, can he come back home? Since that.
She didn't say.
No.
No, surely she didn't say because he ain't been back over there.
didn't do it,
You ain't
right?
got to come over there and ask, can you come back home when you staying somewhere else?
Why do
She should go
ladies
on and
think
file.
like this sometime? I don't get that.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and get my man. He not your man no more.
And the only reason she felt that way is because the other woman was there. She got jealous.
Well, Miss Shirley, they haven't lived together in 3 years. Friends and family came over, including your husband, and you said even though y'all ain't lived together in 3 years, that ain't all y'all ain't been doing together.
But you know how much he been doing in 3 years? Do you know how much he been doing?
All right.
If he not over there, he is not with you. Okay. If he over there, he's not with you. Definitely.
He ain't thought about you, Frida.
You see?
Lord.
Frida, this ain't got nothing to do with you, Frida.
All right, we're moving on. Lynette in Delaware says, I'm a preschool teacher, and one of my 5-year-olds told me that her daddy said I was pretty. Her parents do a good job at co-parenting, and her father is cute, but not my type. I still wanted to see if he thought I was cute, so when he picked her up, I told him what his daughter said, and he said that his child is a little comedian, and there's no way he said that. I was so hurt and embarrassed. He didn't realize I was offended. How could a man be so insensitive? Should I tell him how he made me feel?
No, whoa. You said he wasn't your type.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Then when he act like he ain't your type, now you mad. How could he be so insensitive? Because you ain't his type. He ain't your type. Now you sitting up in here talking about, he handsome, but he not your type.
He's cute.
Yeah, see, you really wanted to go out there. First of all, the letter is a lie.
Why you say that?
You were flattered when the little baby said that, and now you trying to play like it wasn't your type. He is your type because he cute. Now, what about him ain't you don't like? Except now what he said. She's a little comedian. I would never say anything like that. Because he's scared his daughter going to get put out to school. Because y'all in the cancel culture now.
All right, coming up at the top of the hour, we got to go. We'll have some entertainment news.
And I got 3 women come on this show, always take care of themselves. You can say that, but you can't compliment them, though.
We'll be back right after this.
Somebody got nice hair.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, Nene has blasted her longtime friend and former Real Housewives Atlanta co-star Cynthia Bailey for not attending her late husband Greg Leake's funeral or repast. We all love Nene's husband Greg, who unfortunately passed away from colon cancer last month. Well, in a recent interview, Nene took the opportunity to express her disappointment with how Cynthia and other Bravo Network celebrities showed their condolences. Nene said she, meaning Cynthia, didn't even come to the repast. She did come like a week later after everything was done. She came by my lounge. She added, it's really hard to explain Housewives. It's almost like a dysfunctional family. Cynthia Bailey exclusively told Page 6 that she missed Greg Leake's funeral because she was out of town. Cynthia commented, I'm really glad, honestly looking back, that I didn't make it to the actual celebration because I think if I had, I never would have had the moment that I got to have with Nene, just hanging out with her at her lounge. We really got to spend some one-on-one time together. Nene sees that in a different light. Nene also blasted her fellow Bravo celebrities on the flowers that they collectively sent to her after Greg's death. Nene said, actually, I was surprised because the first set of flowers I got was a bouquet from like all of the housewives. Like they went in together. I'm like, why do you all need to go in together and buy some darn flowers? If all y'all work, you can spend your own $200. You know, Nene.
Y'all got flower money. That's what she's saying. Y'all
got flower
money.
I said. Right.
And she's right. She was right.
Y'all got individual flower money.
Come on, man.
Y'all got flower money. I know y'all got it. It's flowers on the show that y'all could just take and send if you wanted to. But y'all got it. You know it's there, right?
I have a different view of that.
Yeah, because we were thought of.
I have a different view of that. I just think that funerals are just for other people. The actual star of the show is unaware of all of this. And, look, I don't like the dumping on a person for not coming. Because what is that about? You know, you don't know people's situation. That's not. I don't like to dump it on the people. You know, I liked it, brother, man. I really did. I thought Greg was one of the coolest dudes, man.
Yeah.
Always super cool dude, man. But you know, I mean, flowers. You measuring what size flowers people sent you and stuff.
It's petty.
It's
petty.
Yeah. I just, to me.
Well,
you know,
I think
everybody reacts
I think
different to funerals.
Yeah, I think she thought she meant more to them. They could have done more. She thought she and Cynthia were friends. She just wanted them to be there for her. I think that's what she was trying to say. But you know, Nene. Nene.
You throw water on me, you ain't getting no flowers.
I just don't think that you should. Yeah, I don't
it's
think
the
it's
thought
about.
that counts. At least they sent.
I don't think it's
something.
about you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make the after event about you, it furthers the grief for you.
Yeah, I think she does think it's about her. I think that's the issue.
I mean, you know, here's the deal. If I lose somebody that I love dearly, and I'm dealing with that loss, I'm most certainly not going to add on take a flower count and add that onto the plate, and then look around and take a dollar amount and who chipped in or what. Yeah, I'm not finna do that to myself. Because I'm going to be busy dealing with the loss.
Yeah. Bitter much.
But you can also understand when a friend who you think is a friend, when you look around, is not there.
Ain't none of them girls friends.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what she's saying at this time of need.
Which one of them friends?
She's saying she's Cynthia and Nene, but you know, they fell out off and on the whole time.
I'm just trying to figure out when y'all, what show y'all been watching?
Call me the B word. Think you go get some flowers. As you sip your tea, Junior. Call me petty, whatever.
Feel it. I think she's just.
But then everybody has a right to feel the way they feel.
Yeah.
So
unless they're saying that, look, the reality show is the reality show and it's all put up for pretense and all that, and we supposed to be better than that in real life, then say that. Mm-hmm. But all we see is the reality show.
That's it.
And based on that, I don't see why you want me nowhere.
Yeah. Throw a shoe at me and think I'm showing up.
Yeah.
In the words of Nene, I said what I said.
What I said.
Hello.
All right.
That's why.
Yeah.
Oh man.
In other news, a male teenage fan of Floyd Mayweather has accused Mayweather of being a bigot because Floyd refused to take a selfie with him because the boy's nails were painted. TMZ posted a video of the incident, which went down after an LA Lakers game. And Floyd can be seen posing with other fans and then looking at the teen and saying, "You got painted nails. I don't take pictures with guys with no painted nails." Mayweather's bodyguard then stepped in to put an end to the discussion. Floyd's reps insist that Floyd was just in a hurry to leave the game and he didn't mean any harm with his statement. But, you know, people called him a bigot. They called him a homophobe because, all of that.
Well, I don't like selfies with men.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Painted nails, earrings, tattoos. I don't give a damn. You can have an Omega brand on your chest. I don't like selfies with men. Because I don't like men next to my face trying to take no damn picture. I don't like that. So I don't know what you're going to call me, but I don't like selfies with men. That's just a rule. I'll take a picture with you, but we not finna put our cheeks up against each other and take no damn picture. That's not what we finna do.
Better hand this camera to somebody.
I don't know what you call that right there. I'm paranoid, but our face is not touching, fellas.
Cheek to cheek, come on.
We gotta go.
We
Coming
not
up next,
taking no damn selfie.
Coming up next, we're going to look into the mind of J. Anthony Brown at 20 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. It is time to look into the mind of your friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go, J. Anthony Brown.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey. Thank you so much. There's probably nobody on this show that loves chicken more than me. I've tried to stop, but I just can't. I end up going back to chicken. And for you vegans out there, chicken is not a meat. You should eat it. It's chicken, okay? It's not meat at all. It's not meat. It's chicken, okay? There's meat, there's vegetable, and then there's chicken. Now, why I'm saying this, because we are about to run out of chicken. And the reason we're going to run out of chicken, because every other day somebody is opening a business selling chicken. I just found out that Arby's, the meat people, we have the beef. Now they got chicken. They got chicken, which means we need to get some of these people who are opening these businesses to look at some other birds to fry and cook up. There's duck, there's pigeon, Cornish hen. Eagles is just flying around. Let's take this off that the eagles can just fly around and eat whatever they want to eat. Yeah. And let's fry up some of these damn eagles, okay? Penguins, I know the wings are tiny. They are very tiny. But if you flour them right, they might could taste good, all right? Swan, that's a big ass wing.
That's a big bird.
That's a big ass bird. That's a big parrot.
They don't tell you how good a swan neck he is.
Yeah, you don't know how good a parrot wing would taste. And that would stop if you fry a wing on a parrot. That would cut out a lot of that damn talking. I'm telling you. If you all that would be gone. Okay? Cornish wings. That would be great. Now, with that being said, Cornish wings, Wingstop, wings and fries. With that being said, I just got off the phone with some people, some scientists, and they're working on some new chickens. These are the most amazing chickens they're going to come out, because these chickens will save moms and dads and uncles and whatever who like to barbecue, because these chickens they're working on and for the scientists right now, these chickens will cook their damn selves. They will cook themselves. You got chickens that'll come out, and if you pay extra money, when you cut them up, they bleed hot sauce. So, look, work with me on this damn chicken, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm done.
Work with me. Thank you, Jay.
That's
Coming up in 34 minutes after the hour, we're going to talk about the first black-owned casino and 4-star resort coming to Richmond, Virginia, if we vote, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, guys, we have a special guest on the phone. I've known this brother for a little over 21 years now. Mm-hmm. We've been in business together. He's one of the bright business minds in this country today. He's our special guest. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Urban One, which is formerly known as Radio One, and the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of TV One. And he's joining us this morning to encourage voters in Richmond, Virginia. There's a big election coming up this Tuesday. We've been talking about this governor's race, but we got one other thing we want you to pay attention to on this ballot, and it's very important, and he's here to talk to us about it this morning. Please welcome to the show an old friend of mine, Mr. Alfred C. Liggins.
Welcome.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, family. Great to be here. I really appreciate the opportunity to come talk to you and your wide-ranging audience.
Yes, sir. Well, let's get right to it, man. What's going on in the city of Richmond, Virginia?
So we are creating history in the city of Richmond, Virginia. In 1619, the first enslaved Africans were brought to Port Comfort, Virginia. And now in 2021, the city of Richmond has the opportunity to welcome the only African-American-owned casino resort entertainment complex. Hard to believe that all over the country, whether it's Las Vegas or Atlantic City or now in any of the major metropolitan areas, not one African-American controls and operates a casino resort. And Urban One is proposing to build a $600 million facility right there on 95, easy access for everybody, 250-room luxury hotel, 3,000-seat theater with 200 live shows a year in partnership with Live Nation, 100,000 square foot casino gaming facility, and a 15,000 square foot film and TV soundstage where we're going to bring production from TV One and Clio TV right to Richmond, Virginia, and we're going to create 4,500 jobs. 50% of those are going to go to black people. 40% of all the contracts are going to go to black people, and 60% of that is for Richmonders. And so a huge economic opportunity with $50 million a year going to the city, hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue where 10% of that revenue is going to go back to the city, and contracts that are going to create business opportunities for local black businesses and help create generational wealth.
Okay. All right. So listen to me, guys. What he's saying is about jobs. What he's talking about is about an opportunity, and what he's talking about is breaking and knocking down barriers. This is an opportunity for the first African-American owned casino and resort ever to land in this country, and it has an opportunity in Richmond. Here's the deal, though. When you go to the polls on Tuesday, we are voting for the Democratic governor and anybody else that's Democratic. Let's just stop playing this game. But when you get the ballot, you have to flip the ballot over, because on the ballot, on the back, they have bills and resolutions. The very last one that you flip over is they're going to ask you the question, do you approve of casino gaming at 2001 Walmsley in Richmond, Virginia? Listen to me. Everybody in Richmond, Virginia, when you go to the polls Tuesday and you vote for governor, Democratic governor, flip your ballot over, all the resolutions and bills. The last one will say, do you approve of casino gaming at 2001 Walmsley in Richmond, Virginia? Vote yes. When you vote yes, you are talking about 4,500 jobs. You are talking about 40% contracting job goes out. 60% of these jobs will be all to Richmond. It's going to be an economic boost. It's going to give us a chance to go in there, gamble, have a good time, but work. Flip the ballot over and vote yes this Tuesday in Richmond, Virginia, to approve casino gaming at 2001 Walmsley in Richmond, Virginia. Vote yes. And let's go out there and celebrate the opening of the first African-American-owned gaming casino and resort. Yeah. Alfred Liggins, we got you, man.
All right, Steve. Thank you, fam. I appreciate the opportunity. Y'all have a good day.
I love it.
Got it.
Coming up next, the nephew with the prank phone call for today, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's today's Strawberry Letter. The subject is, he's a lot different after a few drinks. We'll get into that. But yeah, he changes a little bit. But right now, it's time for the nephew and today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
Well, Shirley, this is Repo Man. Anybody on this show ever had a vehicle repossessed? Just anybody? Anybody?
Yeah. Embarrassed to say
Many times, sir. Many times.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure. All right. Junior, repossession?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, cool.
I had
That
to
means
pass
yes.
where the car was sitting up, Tommy, on the bus, and where they had where the repo man took my car, and I had to catch the damn bus and see my car every damn day. Yes, I've been through it.
Somebody had my car.
You're looking back at it, Jay.
Oh my
I'm
God.
looking at my.
I had a buddy thought his car was stolen, but it was repossessed. Man, you ain't paid your bill, dude. This right here is the Repo Man. The Repo Man. Let's go, Cat Diggity.
Hello?
I'm trying to reach a please.
This him?
How are you? My name is Robert. I'm with the collection agency. You do own a Sierra 2003 GMC truck, am I correct?
Yep.
Okay, we don't show that we've had any payments within the last, I guess, about 3, close to 4 months now. And we want to try and stop having to come in and repossess it. Maybe we give you a chance to bring your payment in, but we haven't had a payment from you in about 4 months, sir.
No, I just want to pay my truck note. I had changed from financial. I'm with the other bank. I don't mess with them no more. Yeah, I've been paying on time. It's direct deposit from my account. I ain't worried about that.
Well, I'm with they've turned you over to us. I'm with collection agency, and we haven't gotten anything from. I don't show any any paperwork here on the computer at all that we've had any payments made within the last 4 months. So that's why they.
No, I've been paying it, and I don't know how they turned it over to y'all without my permission. They can't never turn my titles and my truck over to y'all and pay y'all. I don't even know y'all.
Well, I understand that, sir. What happens is if you haven't paid it in a certain amount of time, it actually comes over to the collection agency, and that's what they've done. They've actually sent it over to us. And they've given us pretty much all the information on you. I guess it's a goldish type of color Sierra 2003 GMC truck, from my understanding. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's my truck.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to need from you today, Jeremy, is for you to come in and make a payment to us this evening for 4 months, so we can so we don't have to come in and repossess your truck. And I don't want to have to do that, but if I have to send a wrecker out there to you, I have your address on file as well. I don't want to have to send anybody out to pick it up.
Hey, hold on, partner. Slow down. Y'all not coming to get my truck, and I'm not paying y'all for no 4 months. I've been paying my truck no on time every month. That's a done deal.
Sir, I don't want to get in a back and forth with you, but I'm telling you exactly how it's going to go. Now, I'll come out there and repossess it myself, but I'm telling you.
Look, partner. Slow down. Look, that's not even where we got to go with that. You don't need to be screaming and fussing and chaotic and come get it yourself and all that stuff. You ain't with my truck. That's gonna be that.
All right, wait, hang on. Let's back up, because I'm a man just like you, man. What do you mean it's gonna be that? What are you saying?
Huh?
What are you saying to me, son? I'm
telling you, look, son, look. I'm telling you that I pay my truck note, and that's a final. I don't know who you is.
Well, I've already stated to you before. I'm with agency, and let's get one thing straight. You don't tell me, I tell you. Now,
hey, dude, calm down. We're on the phone. It don't make no sense talking, over the phone and whatnot. You can come get the truck. My truck right here at work. I'm right here. You can come try to get my truck. You can come over here.
Sir, I'm already aware of where you work and the whole 9 yards. Now, I'm trying to be as cordial with you as I can. Now, you can.
You're not being cordial. You talking about coming get my truck when I told you I'd be paying my. So, you should have dropped down and be like, all right, I'm going to check with somebody else and make sure I'm right, and then call me back.
I'm telling you, you haven't paid anything. That's what I'm telling you. I've got it listed on the computer. You've been turned over to an agency, and you haven't done it. You haven't done a thing.
Well, you stupid. You wasting your breath screaming and hollering over the phone like that, because that ain't going to do me or you no good. If you ain't getting no money from me, then you ain't coming my truck. Well, matter of fact, you could come on my truck. I'm going to be at my truck and I'm going to wait on you. What time you going to be there?
It doesn't make any difference, sir. You're going to get repossessed tonight. If I don't get 4 months payment, definitely. If I don't get 4 months payment brought into me, collection agency, your truck will be taken care of.
Hold on. Listen, man, hold on. If I let that shit with me, you kind of serious. Go on my truck. Hey, look, stop screaming at me over this phone, partner.
You quit cursing at me. That's what's wrong.
You, man. Man, you got me twisted. Look, my truck parked right outside. You can come over here and get it. I'll be sitting on there waiting for you.
Look, you know what? I'm at the point I don't give a about this job. I'm ready to come kick your. That's what I'm ready to do. Call him back, Cat.
Hello?
I don't need a little scared hanging up the phone. You stand here like a man and you handle your problems.
Hey, hold on. I'm at work. I can't be dealing with that. Man, I gotta go back to work, bro. You stop calling my phone.
I'm at work, too, doing my job the same way you're doing yours.
Hey, well, make your money, do your job. Come get the truck.
I got one more thing I want to say to you before you go. Are you listening?
Man, I'm listening. What you say, partner?
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by
out of here. No, you got all my teeth trembling in, man.
You all right, man?
No, I'm not all right. I'm on top of this roof, man. I'm talking to my coworker. I'm upset. Yeah, you got me about to jump on this roof trying to get to my truck.
She told me, man. She said that boy loved that truck.
Yeah, that's my truck, man. That's my only transportation, man. That's to and from the work.
I hear you. Hey, man.
Oh, man, you got my picture. Yeah, you got it, bro. You got it pretty good.
Hey, I gotta ask you, man. Tell me, brother, what is the baddest? I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land.
Oh, no doubt. Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Oh, man. Come on, man. You had to feel bad about that one, man.
Robert.
Hey, Tommy, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be your last repo job.
I felt good about it.
King of pranks.
He about to jump off the roof, though.
Hey, man, who you hollering at? He said you kind of stupid. Who you hollering at?
Come on and get it. I'm going to be sitting out here in my truck waiting on you. Just come on. But I always loved it. Man, you got me twisted. You don't really know.
Yo.
I don't know who you thought you called.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come over here and touch the truck.
Hey, man. Oh,
Ignorant in the morning. Straight up sexy and suave tonight. Yeah.
It's
About to
real
be
hard.
straight up sexy and suave tonight.
Said,
You know.
Who?
What you mean, who?
Shirley.
Who?
You were talking about yourself.
You know
Somebody
who?
we know? It's somebody we know? Right.
Hey, me. Okay? Ready to love tonight on the OWN Network, baby. 9/8 Central. It's the nephew. It's Ready to Love, Washington, D.C. We are in the nation's capital. All right? 20 singles, baby. All looking for love. The nephew will navigate you and help you find it. So make sure you tune in tonight. Ready to love. I'm suave, I'm sexy, and I'm doing it. Okay? Thank you.
And I think
Ignorant in the day, suave
tonight
at
they
night.
vote a lady off, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I have
Dun,
to ask
dun,
you,
dun.
can you just renegotiate my contract where I ain't got to be on radio where he gonna talk like that? I can't.
No.
I'm gonna
No,
say
we all
what I
have to
want
sit
to say.
I can't.
I'm suave, okay? And them people that you're gonna sign it
It's that
with,
second
they know
one
I'm
that we
sexy.
having trouble with. No. Who is they?
Man.
He talking about his sign his contract. Even the people that's making you sign the contract, they know I'm sexy, boy.
Okay. All right. We got to go. Look at the time.
I
Coming
hard
up,
know I'm sexy. What?
it's the strawberry letter.
I can assure you they don't.
Subject, he's a lot different after a few drinks. We'll get into that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, attention, Steve Harvey Nation. Election Day is November 2nd. That is this Tuesday. We are almost out of time, okay? So New Jersey, 33 other states, and come on, Virginia, Virginia, and get this black-owned casino, okay? It is time to vote early for state and local elections. Go to whenweallvote.org to register, check your voting status, and know your voting rights. That is whenweallvote.org.
In
And the governor.
Virginia, the governor, we voting Democratic because I'm just telling you, man, what's happening in this party right now is the Trump party. And these Republicans are holding the line. I don't even care no more because they're not good.
And then go back up there and say, I need a ballot.
I forgot to flip mine over.
All right. Thank you. I think we got it. Go to whenweallvote.org. All right. It's time now. We're going to switch it here. It's time now for today's Strawberry Letter. If you need advice on relationships, work, sex, parenting, and more, submit your Strawberry Letter, please, to steveharveyfm.com. And you never know, we could be reading your letter live on the air, just like this one right here, okay?
Just like that one right there. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, Neff. Subject, he's a lot different after a few drinks. Dear Steve and Shirley, I married my college sweetheart, and we have had our ups and downs, but cheating was never an issue in our marriage. Now I'm thinking of stepping out on my husband of 7 years. He's a great guy, and everyone loves him when he's not drinking. When he gets that tequila in his system, he becomes an actor, singer, and porn star. I mean, he is really his best in bed.
What?
He's been drinking all night. It's like his kryptonite. The only issue with that is dealing with all the other stuff that comes with it, like cursing me out and talking really nasty and dirty the whole time. He's even called me someone else's name, but I let it slide because he was really bringing it that night. He doesn't remember anything the next day, and recently he told me that we haven't had sex in a long time. I agreed with him because I can't stand him when he's drunk or sober. I've started sleeping in the other room so I can get peace from his snoring, and I go back and get in bed with him in the next morning. I'm not sure why I still put up with him because we don't have any children and I earn all of the money, so I don't need him at all. I've gone to counseling by myself a few times, and the female therapist is bitter and single, and she told me to stay with him because a good man is hard to find. The last straw was the other night when he'd been out drinking and came home and we had sex all over the house, and he didn't remember one bit of it the next day. I think he has multiple personalities, and it scares the mess out of me. He may have had some kind of suppressed freak-up inside him. Should I take him to counseling and try to work it out or leave this foolishness before it gets any worse? Please advise. Well, I mean, really and truly, only you can answer that for yourself. But I will say this is some crazy mess, and I feel you because no one really wants to be married to a drunk. I don't know anybody that wants to be married to a drunk. Right now, you don't really have a marriage. He doesn't even remember what he did while he was drunk. But you can't deny that you do love having sex with him because every time he's in the mood, drunk or whatever, you're right there all over the house with him. But then again, it's confusing because you're willing to work on your marriage. You want to go to counseling. You've sought out counseling on your own. You don't, but then you're scared of him. Which one is it? I mean, this is a lot going on. You say you don't need him, but the drinking is definitely the culprit here. I suggest getting help with that first. If he'll go, then you can decide whether you want to stay in this crazy marriage. Steve?
Lady,
crazy.
It's so many flips in this letter, and they real quick, too. It was hard to read this letter because you kept changing. And I tried to stay with you, but you lost me about 7 times. So here we go. I married my college sweetheart, and we've had our ups and downs, but cheating was never an issue in our marriage. Ready? Now I'm thinking about stepping out on my husband of 7 years. What? Where did that come from? It's just such a quick flip. What happened? College sweetheart, we've had our ups and downs, but cheating was never an issue in our marriage. Now I'm thinking about stepping out on my husband of 7 years. What? Okay, let's flip right back. He's a great guy, and everybody loves him when he's not drinking. When he gets that tequila in his system, he becomes an actor, singer, and porn star. I mean, he's really at his best in bed if he's been drinking all night. It's like his kryptonite. No, lady, the kryptonite, that's not. Kryptonite used to take Superman's powers. I'm so confused in this damn letter. When we get back, we'll finish this headache right after this.
All right. The strawberry letter subject, he's a lot different after a few drinks. We'll be back at 23 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's strawberry letter subject. He's a lot different after a few drinks.
Y'all, this letter's so confusing because she just go back and forth. I can't keep up. I don't know what I'm going to tell this woman, but let's just see if we can find out what the story is about. All right, I got married to my college sweetheart. We've had our ups and downs, but cheating has never been an issue in our marriage. Now I'm thinking about stepping out on my husband of 7 years. What? Where did that come from? Okay, you ready for another flip? He's a great guy, and everybody loves him. Ready for the next flip? When he's not drinking. When he gets that tequila in his system, he becomes an actor, singer, and a porn star. I mean, he's really at his best in bed if he's been drinking all night. It's like his kryptonite. No, see, lady, kryptonite used to take Superman's powers. When he drank tequila, it give him power. He a porn star, actor, singer. I need you to learn your superheroes or something. You got me confused. The only issue with that is dealing with all the other stuff that comes with it, like cussing me out and talking real nasty and dirty the whole time. He's even called me someone else's name. Now, that'll end the marriage right there. But she said, no, I let it slide because he was really bringing it that night. What? You can call your girl somebody else's name as long as you bringing it that night?
You heard her.
Fellas, don't listen to this. This will get you in court. He doesn't remember anything the next day, and recently he told me that we haven't had sex in a long time. I agree with him. Now here's another, ready for this? I agree with him because I can't stand him when he's drunk or sober. Damn. Wait a minute. You can't stand him when he's drunk or sober. I'm so confused because you said he's a great guy and everybody loves him when he's not drinking. Everybody except you, because you don't give a damn about him if he's drinking or sober. Here's another flip. I've started sleeping in the other room so I can get peace from his snoring, and I go back and get into bed with him the next morning. What? Why? What are you doing? You're driving yourself crazy. All right, here we go. I'm not sure why I still put up with him. That's going to come back later in the letter. Remember that. Because we don't have any children. I earn all the money, so I don't need him at all. I've gone to counseling by myself a few times. That's another problem. You ain't in there solving no damn problems in counseling by yourself. And the female therapist is bitter and single, and she told me to stay with him because a good man is hard to find. Well, the problem is he don't sound like a good man. Because you can't stand him when he's sober or drunk. I don't get this letter right here. But here we go, though. You ready? The last straw was the other night when he'd been out drinking. He came home and we had sex all over the house. And he didn't remember one bit of it the next day. Now, let's go back to this line where you said, I'm not sure why I still put up with him. Now, let's go back to this line. He came home and we had sex all over the house. I think I found the reason why you still put up with him. I found the reason why you can't stand him while he drunk or sober. See, I'm not sure why I still put up with him. It's because after he drinks, you got Superman. But you say you can't stand him when he drunk or sober. But when he drunk, here he come, and this is the part you enjoy.
She loves that part, yeah.
He's magnificent. Anyway, I think he has multiple personalities and it scares the mess out of me. He may have some kind of suppressed freak up inside of him. What? Should I take him to counseling and try to work it out? Or have this foolishness or end this foolishness before it gets any worse? Please advise. Well, let me explain to you what I think. I think if you take this man to counseling with that single counselor you got that's bitter and telling you to stay with a good man, I think you go and finna take him in there and introduce him to his new wife. Excuse me, because as soon as she find out what he do after he get drunk, Miss Lonely Bitter Therapist is finna solve one of her biggest problems. She finna not be single or bitter no more. She finna take this little alcoholic and get to having sex all over their house. There is no solution for this problem you have here. Should I divorce him and get rid of this miss? Yes. Because you ain't going to be able to fix this, and you can't stand him when he's drunk or sober. That marriage needs to end.
All right.
I had a woman tell me, I can't stand you when you gone or here. I went with, damn. What the hell?
All right. Leave us your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Instagram and Facebook at Steve Harvey FM. And please check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, Junior and Sports Talk right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Junior, it's that time for sports. What you got?
Come on, Pimpin', we got to get these picks in, man.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, listen, I want to say to everybody, I only missed one game next week. Pimp hot, boy, you know what I'm saying? Pimp is hot, but let me say this now. Can't go like that every week. But we gonna damn sure try.
All right, Pimpin',
Come on, hold on. Hey, what's up, ladies? How y'all doing? Everybody good?
Hey,
what's up, Shirley?
Pimpin'.
What's up, Chocolate?
Ready, Pimp?
I like that little thing right there, boy. She keep her mouth closed and everything. I like that. Go ahead, Junior.
Here we go. Dolphins at Bills.
Dolphins at the Bills. Oh man, that's the Bills, man. They strong. They strong.
Steelers versus the Browns.
Cleveland all day, no way.
Bengals versus the Jets.
You know, man, I don't want to say this, but them damn Bengals, man, is rolling.
Yeah.
But Zach is hurt. I want to call upset. Because I need the Bengals to lose, but they playing too good. I'm going to go with Cincinnati, man.
There it is. Titans versus the Colts.
Titans all day. They on fire now, boy.
Yeah, man. Eagles versus the Lions, better known as the game don't nobody care about.
Oh, man, but I got to go with Philly on this one, man. Philly. No, wait, hold up. Philly.
All right. 49ers versus the Bears.
Oh, no, 49ers. They got some trouble up in Chicago. They playing that young boy wrong.
Oh, man. The Los Angeles Rams versus the Texans.
Next.
Panthers versus the Falcons.
Kansas City versus the Falcons.
No, I said Panthers versus the Falcons.
Oh, the Panthers versus the Falcons. Falcons gonna get another win, Pimp.
Okay, there it is. Jaguars versus the Seahawks.
Oh, this is rough. Russell Wilson still out? I think he's still out, so I'm gonna have to go Jaguars. But no, I don't care who out. Yeah, they played good. Seahawks.
There it is. Patriots versus the Chargers.
No, Chargers. They should have never let Brady go. They ain't the same.
Buccaneers versus the Saints. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the upset game of the week. Saints over Tampa Bay. Upset.
Okay. There it
upset.
Is. Washington versus the Broncos.
Upset number 2.
Okay.
Washington.
Yeah.
Cowboys over the
Broncos.
Excuse me. Who?
Cowboys versus the Vikings.
No, wait. Okay, I take that back. Washington ain't gonna beat the Broncos.
Okay.
But this is my upset pick of the week. What'd you just say?
Cowboys versus the Vikings.
Vikings over the Cowboys.
There it is.
We'll be back to play a round of Would You Rather at the top of the hour right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, time now for Would You Rather. Here we go. Would you rather buy all used underwear for 1 year, or would you rather buy all used toothbrushes for a year?
God, no, you gonna give me them. You gonna give me them drawers.
Give me the drawers.
You gonna give me them drawers. You're not finna put it in my mouth though. That's not what you finna do. No, you can wrap it around.
I'm gonna cut them drawers. I'm gonna cut them in the.
I'm gonna just be wearing the elastic band.
Commando with a band.
Yeah. All I'm gonna have a band say Haynes.
Yeah, just a wrap around.
I've had a draws challenge in my life. I mean, I have had it, so I would not do toothbrush. That's what that.
You're not agreeing on that.
Okay, I think you all are all in agreement on that one.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, would you rather have a fully charged cell phone battery or a full tank of gas?
Phone.
Oh, no. Gas.
Well, that's easy.
Full tank of gas.
What?
No, phone. I can call Uber and everybody once I get that phone. That phone got to be charged. I can't do nothing without
I
that
get a
damn
phone. I can get somebody to bring me some gas. I swear I
Yes.
get somebody to bring me some damn gas.
Okay, what about you, Steve?
I don't really know.
Huh?
Phone that's a light.
I don't really know. I can't be out here running out of no damn gas. That can't happen.
No.
Steve Harvey on the side of the road with a can in his hand.
You
ain't call nobody.
On the side of the road, walking with a gas can. Oh hell no!
Ooh, he doing bad.
I need my phone
fell
to
off.
die.
He fell off.
Ooh, he
I thought
done
had
really
TV
fell
shows
off.
and stuff.
Cannot be on the side of the road out of gas.
Try it now, Steve. That's
And
it.
I know Marjorie's cell number by heart, so I can call her. I don't care where I'm at. I can get on the phone. Only problem is her ass ain't gonna answer. That's the damn problem, because she don't have a phone with her.
Okay. All right.
So you,
It's sitting somewhere in the house. Baby, I've been calling it. I don't know where my phone is. I
all
don't even know
right.
why she got a damn phone.
All right. So, okay, would you rather have a time machine and go back in the past?
Oh, hell no. B.
Or would you be transported to the future? Would you rather be transported to the future?
No, we not.
We ain't going back in slavery.
Hell.
What is we finna do in the past? That was fun.
Go back. You pick the past. You pick the
No,
That's right. Pick.
Well,
Pick.
put me
That's
back
what we'll
at-
be doing. Pick.
Put me back at birthday.
Hot.
We're not picking.
Can I,
Yeah,
can
and
I
that
go
was a
back in the
bad word.
past?
Pick. No, ain't nothing good back there. Not the 60s. No.
I'm gonna go back in the past, and I haven't met none of them damn women. I'm sitting up here. I'm not married. I got all my money. Hell yeah, past. Take me
I'm
back
going
to
to the
damn
future.
past.
Avatar.
Straighten some things
A
out.
fine blue woman.
No. I didn't do well in the past, so I'm gonna have to pick the future. All my clothes in the yard didn't feel good, so I'm not going back to that moment.
Would you rather cuddle in the morning or would you rather cuddle at night?
See, at night I need you to get over there. I need my space. I need you. I don't need you all up on
No,
me.
in the
You know,
morning,
it's hot.
ain't nobody brush their teeth in the morning. We won't pass on this right here. No.
We back
don't
to
need
back
to cuddle.
cuddling on in the morning, right?
Turn
We can
around.
cuddle. You just can't turn around. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Don't turn around now.
No, I cuddle with you, but I eat the back. I eat the hair off the back of your head with the breath I got in the morning. I breathe on the back of your head, and you have alopecia in a patch of your head. My breath produces alopecia on your scalp if I breathe on the back of your damn
What
head.
is that sizzling coming off your head? I'm so sorry.
I'm pressing your hair. Be back there. You don't know what is that right there. What are you cooking? I'm not cooking. I'm breathing.
I smell hot hair.
I can't believe you worked the word alopecia in that. Okay.
That was all into the joke repertoire. I was deep in
Yeah.
there.
All right. Thanks, guys. Coming up, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show at 20 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
An Italian man under house arrest recently discovered that getting to serve his sentence at home instead of jail is not all it's cracked up to be. He's a 30-year-old man. He was serving multiple years for drug offenses, left his home, walked into the police station, and begged the police to put him back in jail. He says because he couldn't stand to be stuck at home with his wife. Police
Told
say-
you. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Terrible.
I knew he was married. I knew
Terrible.
I'd rather room with Danny. Let me get back in there.
The police say
I'm
the
gonna go
man
out here and
told
break a
him.
window in one of these police cars.
Come on,
lock
Shirley.
me up.
Police say the man told him that my domestic life has become hell and I can't do it anymore. I want to go to jail.
Man,
Arrest
that's
me.
crazy.
Arrest me.
That's hell at
For
home.
prison.
Right
Yeah.
there. That's hell.
I feel for him. He catching it bad. You go down to the station. That happened to a lot of people during COVID too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They found out the person they married was real.
Yeah, COVID let you know some things.
Oh my God.
I actually had a good time during COVID with Marjorie. We had some fun, man. I discovered that I really liked her a lot.
That's the key, like.
I love her, that's for sure. But I really liked her a lot. We had a good time during COVID. I don't want to go back to that
For
though.
prison, though?
Yeah.
Over the house?
Nah.
Open that
I've
gate.
had another marriage where, I'd have took it.
We gotta go.
9
Coming back
years.
at 33 minutes after the hour with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, guys, Halloween will be celebrated across the country this weekend, and Americans are expected to spend over, get this amount, $10 billion with a B, $billion on Halloween this year. Google Trends released its 2021 Frightgeist, and it lists the top costumes nationally. This year's top 10 Halloween costumes include some iconic horror movie characters. So here they go. Number 10, Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky's
Chucky,
back.
that doll. He will never go away, will he?
I'll whoop your ass. You come to my door trick or treating with Chucky. Oh,
Number 10.
Yeah, I'm going to attack the child. I just want you to know that.
Number 9 is a clown.
Ain't nobody
Pennywise from It or
come into your dodo. You can't get.
No, we don't have a trick-or-treat neighborhood.
No.
You be exhausted by the time you get to the next damn house. Where you going?
Right. Okay, number 8 is a cowboy. Number 9 is a harlequin. Number 6 is a fairy. Cruella de Vil, number 5. Spider-Man, number 4. Here we go.
Okay.
A dinosaur is number 3.
Dinosaur.
A dinosaur. But check out number 2.
Is He-Man in there?
Uh-huh.
So my grandson gonna be.
Number 2 is a rabbit. Just a rabbit.
These are not scary animals, and Spider-Man ain't scary.
Number 2 is a
Jessica
rabbit.
Rabbit, though. Good Lord,
And number 1,
Is
anybody guess number 1?
Donald Trump.
Good guess, but
Bernie
no, it's a
Sanders.
witch. Number 1 is a witch.
That's the same thing.
Yep, got it. Thank you, Tommy. Hit it, nailed it.
Same thing.
Yeah, so there you have
I've
it.
never been into Halloween, really. I dressed up one time in the backyard when we lived out in L.A. Marjorie made us do it, but that ain't my thing. I've never
Do
been
they
to
have
Halloween.
a big jacket and a paper bag? Because that's all the hell I ever was for Halloween.
What was
Big
that?
ass jacket and a sheet and to go get some damn candy. That's all I never had
We
a
couldn't afford
mask
all
or
that, huh?
nothing.
Yeah. You don't really like Halloween, do you, Jay?
I can't stand
'Cause you're
Halloween. I always
diabetic.
put a sign in my yard every year. I'm a diabetic. If I can't have candy, neither can you. Try the next house.
It's terrible for the kids. Get it for the kids. Is Tasha into it? Tasha, your baby?
You know, we have a big Halloween party every year.
She got to be into Halloween because she go to school with white kids.
Yeah, we'll have a house full of teenagers at my house every year.
Put that out there.
Every year, Halloween party.
All right, happy Halloween. Coming up next, it is our last break of the day, and at 49 minutes after, we'll have some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here we are, our last break of the day and of the week on this Friday. Yes.
Friday, girl, we made
Yes.
it. We made it, y'all.
Love us on
We
Friday.
made it, Lord. Oh, long
Thank you,
weekend.
Lord.
Now here it's Friday. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
All right. So, Steve, some encouraging words, enlightening words
Yeah.
from you in your closing remarks.
You know, I want to
Head
talk
into
to
the
everybody
weekend.
today about hardships and pressure, trials, tribulations, setbacks. And the reason I'm choosing a subject, and I don't want you to take it in a negative way, even though I've mentioned something that's unpleasant for everybody to deal with or sometimes even talk about. I want to talk to you about pressure and things of this nature because it's something we all have to go through. And I know some people are, oh Lord, oh why me, oh God. It's not why you. It's everybody. It's everybody that goes through it. And I want to explain something to you about it. When God gives you a dream, when God places a dream inside of you, when you have these dreams are in the form of your imagination oftentimes, and that's just God showing you a preview of a coming attraction that he has for you. That's what your dreams and imagination is. Albert Einstein had a quote that says, imagination is everything. It's a preview to life's coming attraction. When God places these dreams and things in your imagination, it's God's way of showing you what's possible. It's God's way of showing you the real life that he has for you. See, no matter what your life is, we oftentimes dream of other things. Pretty sure I met Beyonce when she was 14 years old. I met her father. And they used to perform at this comedy club called the Hip Hop Comedy Stop in Houston. And he used to bring them down there to get them in front of some grown-ups and perform. And they were good, 14 years old, but I wanted them to go ahead because I'm out here trying to earn a living. I ain't got time for this right here. I got to get on this stage because I'm practicing the craft, but they were too. But I'm pretty sure back that was their dream and their vision. And God showed it to them. And they became Destiny's Child, one of the top female groups of all time. And she went solo, and Kelly went solo, and Michelle went solo. She's in gospel music, and Kelly's doing her thing. Beautiful girl, great career. And Beyonce is Beyonce. But when God places these dreams and things in your imagination, all of this is going to be tested. And the tests are necessary. These hardships, setbacks, trials, tribulations, the stuff I told you we were going to talk about, that's what we're talking about right now. Because all of these things are necessary. Because when you have a dream and imagination, it now has to be tested. And it comes in the form of pressure. The pressure is not designed to crush you. Listen to me now. The pressure that's on you, the test that's being put in front of you, the trials, the tribulations, they are not put in front of you to crush you. This pressure is put on you so that it forces you to dig deep down within you so the real you that's in you can come out. Pressure is designed to push who you need to be in the pursuit of this dream and this imagination. Push it out. Pressure is designed to go inside of you so you can discover who you really are. Because you won't know who you really are until you've been tested. You really won't know who your friends are until they've been put to the test. Quit calling people your friends if they ain't never been tested. Because when the test comes, you're going to find out. It's the test. The dream will always be tested. The pressure in your life right now has a purpose. It's not to crush you. It's pushing what's on the inside of you out. Because it is designed to show you who you are. That's what it's for. You've got to learn to embrace these moments. Because these moments of trial, tribulation, pressure, disappointment, setbacks, it's designed to bring out the real you. We finna find out who up in here. That's why when you go out for a football team, they have a training camp. Because guess what? The football team gonna put you under some pressure. They gonna line you up against the dude that wants your job, and they gonna holler snap, and we gonna see what you got. They gonna run you through drills. They send you to a combine. They put you under pressure so you can dig on the inside so we can see who we got. Don't trip when you fall on hard times. Don't trip when you're under pressure. Don't trip when you have a setback. Don't trip when you have trials and tribulations, because all this is designed to find out who you really are. And the more you show God who you really are, the more you discover within yourself who you really are, the stronger you become, the closer you get to the dream. I embrace pressure. I accept it as a way of life. Bring it, because I know who I am. I belong to the God Most High. I'm on fire with that. I know that about me. There's nothing more you can do to me. I'm good, because I've been tested. I've been pressurized. Those are my closing remarks.